It's before your time. But you're going to hear from the Goose, also known as the Gal Pal. She has many, many, many names, but most importantly, you can't. She's the only Goose. She's awesome. She's gonna tell us about her journey, and kind of talk to us about how it opened her eyes, especially she wasn't really in a military family, and she became friends with me, and how I kind of changed the atmosphere. So you don't want to miss that. Plus she's pretty funny. So Jim, what do you got for us?
Well, after that's kind of hard to top. After the one and only Goose, we're glad to have you. We have you just a moment again.
What?
We're going to keep
Oh
going
yes.
with Circus Sideshow Oddity.
Yes. I forget their names. I forgot to bring up the list, but it's like Gwen or Schwinn or something. It's two Chinese Siamese twin guys.
Yes, they were the only first to join Siamese.
Yes.
Twins, and they're joined right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
And
so
they're tall too, from what I understand.
I'm gonna be sad when this series is over because I'm really enjoying talking about that.
Yeah, there's so much. This wasn't normal. And now,
Right.
here we are, talking about them in the past.
Exactly.
Or now, I suppose, talking about their past.
E-
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I have no idea.
Right.
No clue.
And what else?
Speaking of the ugly truth
Yeah.
coming up, our story about
Right. It's astonishing. You're going to have to tune in, but we're going to give you numbers. We're not going to give you suggestions. We're going to give you facts. And, just this other day, I read on Fox 31 how washing your clothes with people's clothes can give you the virus. So now it's starting to be like, there's suggestions like cigarettes and dip and alcohol and all this stuff can cause cancer. There's no factual saying, hey, this causes cancer.
my mom died.
Right, and my mom died too of cancer as well. Yeah. So make sure that you tune in tonight. We're going to be discussing and comparing the COVID-19 against cancer, and you might be kind of surprised at the results.
Yeah.
We did some research into this, and then it's been about a week, but unfortunately my uncle Bob, he passed away, and we're doing a tribute to troop for him, Bob Hellman. He was a Marine, and for all those Marines out there, all I can say is simplify, and they know exactly what that means. So it's going to be a great show. Remember, you can listen to us. Go to mbradio.us. That's MikeBravoRadio.us, or you can hit us up on our phone app right on the
There's a place very far from this world, and the only way you can get there is through music. Remember, only music can set you free and fill you with energy to life. Be prepared for a new music transformation. And in a moment, you will be transported to this
And you know what? What's so funny is like nobody messaged me, but I'm on the yeah. Hey everybody, don't worry about it. I forgot to unclick the mute for the sound, so we are back on now. Sorry about that.
We
Oh
got it.
man. Uh, but go ahead, keep on Moon,
Yeah.
and we will reiterate to everybody like um where we're broadcasting and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's been a day. Let's put
Yeah.
it this way. Hope you guys can all hear me. DJ Moon coming up with the one and only H Train. Our interview is with the one and only Goose. He is
Right.
a former graduate of the Colorado Media School here in Belmar, Colorado, in Lakewood. And we have a great show. We have the Ugly Truth, which is coming up in segment 3, and it's basically cancer versus COVID. Is it the same, or is it different? The numbers are going to shock you. We have some
Yeah.
actual numbers for it.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's not one of those viral videos that everybody sends you in Messenger about, the mask and about doing this. We actually did some research and kind of thinking about it, it's not scary when you think of comparing them with like the numbers and stuff. Cuz
Yeah.
yes, when somebody says you have cancer, it is scary.
It is.
Okay?
It is. You're right.
But it's almost like everybody's more afraid of this virus thing than they are cancer.
Because I think it's because they don't know that they have it.
Right.
With every other states opening back up, countries are opening back up. They're already shutting some of the bars down in Florida and Texas, I believe, right
Yeah.
now because nobody's social distancing, and that's how we get wave 3.
Exactly. So, but hey, if you forgot because I accidentally didn't hit the unmute button because of the royalty music playing, we are broadcasting here at the Colorado Media School here in the Belfort area, here in kind of Lakewood, Colorado area. I'm DJ HTrain. This is DJ Moon, and if you've just now tuning in and you've never heard this show before, our only mission here is to show our men and women and veterans all the programs that are out there beyond the VA. That is our particularly the only um, thing that our only mission. I don't know if you said, but I will continue. Did you tell everybody like the what the?
Not the what the.
Oh, this is awesome! You're gonna love this. So the what the moment, we're continuing the sideshow, the freak circus stuff. So the people that have the
Abnormalities.
yeah, abnormality, not
Oddities.
disability, abnormalities. So we're showing people that. So that's going to be that's my favorite
neat.
part.
It's kind of neat,
yeah.
for sure. So we do have, I think it's Ann and Yang from the Siamese twins.
Right.
And they were basically brought to the sideshow at Barnum and Bailey, I believe it was, to make money for their family.
Right.
And yeah, we got all that coming up for you, though.
Yes,
Not gonna
yes,
wanna miss
it's gonna be good. And then my uncle Bob Hellman, he passed away this last week. He was a Marine, so for all the Marines out there, Semper Fi. We're gonna be doing the tribute for them now. If you have a loved one that has passed away, or if you have a loved one that you don't think that we've ever did a tribute to a troop, you can message us either by hitting up manager at mbradio.us or just going to the messenger. It seems like the messenger is the easiest.
Yeah.
Give us the information, and we'll do a tribute to troop. I know that my family is looking forward to the tribute to a troop.
Absolutely.
There's so much you can do, but the thing is once your family is that tribute to a troop, it's on the internet. That it doesn't go anywhere.
You'll always be able to see it.
It's you're always gonna be able to see it.
Absolutely. I
So
think that's gonna be a great. Yeah, it's gonna be a great show. So with all of the hiccups and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
That wasn't Moon's fault. That was totally my fault with
Oh.
the hiccups. I will say this. Um, you had a anniversary
I did.
that you went off the weekend.
Mhm.
First of all, happy anniversary.
Thank you. It was my 1 year wedding anniversary.
And me and my wife in August, it will be our 10-year anniversary.
10 years. That, by today's standards, that is a long time.
Right?
It's a long time, and the fact that you guys are getting along still, I hope you guys are still getting along, and it'll be like 10 years to come. So yeah, you also had a birthday.
Yeah, we won't go into it. Look, this is one thing I found out. Everybody, sent me messages on
Yeah.
Facebook, and I felt so loved. I really appreciate it. But just so you know, everybody, if you have a birthday and you don't tell anybody, and nobody says happy birthday or indulges it, guess what? It's a proven fact you can skip that year. All right. Everybody that has these birthdays on like leap year, it's like, maybe they're 45 or 55 and
But
they're
you're
actually
four.
only 13 years old. We get that benefit too. If you don't address it, we don't grow. We don't grow older,
That is fair. I never looked at it that way. Well, personally, for me, I've been 29 for the last 25 years. So, at least. So there again, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right? But hey, we have a fabulous show planned for
Mhm.
you. And, I'm not gonna have my motorcycle for at least a week. I had to take it in. I'm getting the fork seals replaced.
Wonder why you didn't have your bike.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I went with my friend. I call him kind of like my adopted dad, but I went with my friend Gerald. Oh yes, hey Joe Golden, members of the VFW that passed away. Yes, get those to us, and we will do a tribute to a troop. Doesn't matter. They could be KIA. They could just be passed away. Doesn't matter. I think it's important that we do the tribute to troops. So get us information, and we will set that up. This is the vet show. This is your show. This isn't our show. But what I was getting ready to say is, so I'm gonna be without my bike for at least a week, and my wife came up to me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It's starting to burn already."
It's starting to hit. The
Yes,
sadness is coming.
but we went. Hey, it was okay. All right, Joe, got it.
Wicked.
We will. Me and Gerald, we went to Dirty Dogs Roadhouse here. It's near
Perfect.
Golden. It's like I don't want to say it's a
Oh.
biker bar, but it's a bar, and it's
Yes.
definitely it definitely spotlights the biker.
I
Okay.
remember going to that a couple of times. Yeah.
And it's amazing. I loved it. And they had a live band and everything Saturday.
Oh,
Or
really?
it was Sunday. And it was like, wow.
That's
This
really
is
cool.
awesome. Didn't even think anything about the virus. They didn't have anything posted. Nobody had masks. It was nice,
Yeah.
Look,
But
there's going to be some people for pro masks. There's going to be some people for, no mask. My thing is, I don't like the mask. I know that when it comes, if somebody has a mask and they say, H, I really appreciate if you wear it. In respect for them, I'll
yeah,
wear it. But
absolutely.
it was just nice to be able to go and listen to music and drink a beer
Just
and
sit.
and
Yeah.
not worrying about a virus, living life.
Yeah.
Just and it was so beautiful this weekend.
It was gorgeous. I am so sunburned. I can't even tell you how sunburned I am. I gotta replace the electrolytes happening. I don't know what happened. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
oh,
when you came
it
in,
was bad.
I was like, wow, you look like the way that I feel.
Oh man. Yeah, under this shirt is a whole lot of red. We'll just leave it at that. The
And
looser the better.
it was red because of the sun. It wasn't red because their honeymoon
Oh.
jumped early.
No, it was red because of the sunburn. That's 100%.
Now, when you guys went away for camping, I know that you guys came back Friday so that you could do your show, and then you went back up. Did you guys go on a lake or something, or
No,
what?
we went to Idaho Springs at the hot springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, got a really
How
nice
was
cabin.
that?
Gorgeous. We go every year, or as much as we can, but they didn't have the pool open because they are working on the dome. So the pool's closed, but you can still book your private bath. You can still book cabin. We had a cabin for the night and did the private bath in the morning.
No, if you don't mind, because I'm sure some people would like to know with the hot springs, how much is that?
For just if you're just gonna do just the bath and not an overnight stay, I believe it is $60 for an hour.
Okay.
the private
Well, no,
bath.
I was talking about
Oh, the
like
whole
overnight
shebang.
at the cabin. Yeah, like how
Oh.
much does that cost you?
Well, you'll get a whole entire package. So if you go into the cabin, I want to say it's $139 for the cabin itself.
For one night?
One night, yeah.
Okay.
Then you have your private bath book, and then you get a little voucher for the meals down in Idaho Springs.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really nice. And if they have the pool going though, which they don't have it open, it's unlimited access for your duration of the stay. But unfortunately, because they're redoing the biodome on it, and if you guys have not been, if you are in the Colorado area, you have not been to Idaho Springs in the Indian Hills.
Yeah.
It's the Indian Hills Hot Springs, is what it is. And it's, oh man, it's nice. I highly recommend it. But the private baths are extremely, extremely hot. So if you have a heart condition, if you might be pregnant, if you had any kind of alcoholic drink, you cannot handle it, you need to see reception within the first 5 minutes for
Got it.
It's warm. It's warm.
Now, maybe I might look into that and take my wife there for anniversary because
recommend
I know
it.
exactly where the Pagosas, Glenwood Springs, right?
No, Glenwood Springs is another really nice one. This was Indian Hills in Idaho
And-
Springs.
Indian Hills. Okay.
Yeah, the
All
Indian
right.
Hills Hot Springs.
Because I've been to the one in Pagosa Springs. Pagosa Springs, it was crazy. They had
The outdoor
they had
one?
like 6 different ones,
Yeah.
and they gave the temperatures and stuff.
Oh, it's crazy. I went to when my husband celebrated his 40th anniversary or birthday. I came out to because I am not originally from here. of
And
course,
don't
but-
wear silver. I found that out the
Ooh.
hard way. Don't wear silver. I had this nice little
Mhm.
silver necklace turn black.
turn black.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Because if you wear silver in it, it'll turn black.
It does lighten up after a while, I think.
Yeah, it
But-
didn't on this one.
Yeah.
I rubbed it down like bleach and everything. It didn't. But we're coming
Fair.
up on
Yeah.
we're coming up on the music break. I'll let you do the whole OBS thing because you know how to do it. When we come back, it is that one, the only. We're gonna be speaking with the Goons, Blast from the Past. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
yeah.
Stay with us.
Hey, it's Rob with the Colorado State leader for Mission 22. Practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. Before you get down there, reach out to your friends. Say, hey, let's talk. Let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line.
You supported us, now we're supporting you.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
And in just a few minutes, we will begin adding these artifacts to the molten bronze as we cast an historic bell, the honor bell. The inspiration for the Honor Bell was about 3 years ago. I attended a funeral for a World War II veteran, and at the conclusion of the ceremony, there were no military honors given. And so I thought, there's got to be a better way to honor our service members, and certainly our veterans from the greatest generation. We had the concept of putting artifacts from military veterans in the actual bell.
We invited the Honor Bell Foundation from Denver, Colorado to come and watch us cast the first Honor Bell.
Each state line we stopped, we did a dignified transfer of these artifacts from one motorcycle group to the next, until we've gotten all the way here to Cincinnati and the Verdun Foundry, where we did one final dignified transfer.
It was a long journey, but it gave emphasis more to what we were doing and showing that the nation actually appreciated what we were doing.
I donated 2 of my husband's artifacts to the bell, his belt buckle from the Coast Guard and his dog tag from the Coast Guard. I just felt that the Coast Guard with the insignia on it was something that was really special.
We have artifacts from each major war since World War II.
The metal was so hot that it basically just melted those artifacts into the molten metal so that it makes those metals actually a part of the bell.
Working with the Verdun Company has just been an incredible experience for us. They've been working as partners with us all along the way, and without them, we would never have the success that we have now for the first Honor Bell.
It's neat to be able to partner with the Honor Bell Foundation that has this mission to bring one of these bells to every national cemetery.
The Honor Bell Foundation, in partnership with Cincinnati's own Verdun Company, has forged the 1,000-pound bronze bell you see in left center field. After the pregame festivities, the Honor Bell will be escorted by the Patriot Guard Riders and Cincinnati Police, who will lead the bell away from the ballpark and begin the 1,192-mile journey to the bell's permanent home at Fort Logan National Cemetery in Denver.
Tolling of the bell really signifies a solemn moment. And each time it tolls, in our case 7 times, each one of those tolls represents something special and something that was lost to our country, and in this case, a veteran. The next sound you will hear after the moment of silence that we are about to have will be the first tolling of the Honor Bell at Fort Logan National Cemetery.
These bells will be put all over the country to celebrate these lives of these soldiers that given their life truly for our freedom that we enjoy here in the United States.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website.
Hello, my name is EJ, and I'm the host of the 80s Rock Show on Military Broadcast Radio. Each week I take you on a trip where I share great 80s rock and roll music that does not get played on the radio. The idea for the show came as a result of a playlist I created. I started to long for the great 80s rock and roll music I heard in high school on Chicago radio stations like the Loop and WCKG. So I put together the playlist, and then after a while I realized I had the foundation of what would become a great radio show. You can catch the 80s Rock Show here on Military Broadcast Radio, Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there.
Ahead tonight, a Parker coffee shop owner is giving back to some of his most loyal customers.
He's planning a big fundraiser next month to raise thousands of dollars for a veterans charity that's turning lives around, and he needs your help. His story in tonight's Serving Those Who Serve report. At this tiny coffee cabin just off Parker Road, it's clear the one thing owner Wes Crespi likes even more than a steaming cup of joe is the police officers and veterans who come here to spend their hard-earned money.
I support the police officers that come in because they mean so much to me, and I support our military who come in, and that's really what it's all about.
Which is why a few years ago he decided to give back, picking a veterans charity and raising money for them every year.
At least I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it because our men and women are out there fighting for us. Otherwise, where would we be right now?
This year, his own father-in-law inspired his charity choice.
He's just a fantastic person. He's always doing things for people, and he told me he was going to do this, and I'm just absolutely thrilled.
Fly fishing, of all things, helped his father-in-law Jim, a Vietnam veteran who suffered in silence for half a century since serving in Vietnam.
I have an extreme case of PTSD.
Jim's a part of something called Project Healing Waters.
When you're fly fishing, you can't think about anything but fly fishing.
It's a nonprofit that takes veterans to the great outdoors where nature works its healing wonders on men and women with PTSD, brain injuries, and other war wounds.
I was outside when a mortar landed and ended my career.
Brady Busby is proof it works.
I was deployed 7 times. I was diagnosed with PTSD after my 3rd tour in Iraq.
War nearly ended his life. Fishing, he says, saved it.
It's a form of mindfulness for me, just being out in the creek where you don't have to worry about anything other than a fish biting your fly or trying to trick a fish with a pea-sized brain, and you're there for hours doing it, but it's definitely worth it. It's very, very therapeutic.
When his own daughter died by suicide a year ago, it was fishing that helped him get through the pain.
That really helped calm me down and ground me.
I'm with like-minded people, veterans that understand me and have been through what I've been through.
Ask any veteran who's been on one of these fishing trips and they'll tell you.
If it wasn't for Project Healing Waters, I would be sitting in my depression instead of standing in the middle of a river.
You having your iced coffee?
So if it helps veterans, Wes is all in.
My father-in-law suffered really bad, and he's such a great guy, and he's very humble. And it was really important to me to do something, and this is what I picked because I saw what he suffered through.
Every day he serves coffee to those who served. Now he's preparing to serve them much more.
Thanks, and God bless you, brother. I always appreciate you, man.
And that is where you come in. So Wes is selling tickets to the Coffee Cabin Salute to Heroes fundraiser for Project Healing Waters. It's Saturday, August 10th, 5:30 at the barn at Rancho Vallacandios in Castle Rock. I'm going to be there. I'll be the MC. I can't wait for it. You can get the tickets at his coffee shop on Parker Road in Ponderosa. They're $100, but that includes dinner, open bar, music, valet, and some surprises. Every dime goes to the charity. You could even buy tickets so a veteran can go. He'd love that, too. He's got big auction items, too, because he wants to raise lots of money for the vets. We got details on the auction and more on the event right now at our website, ktvr.com. Support Wes. Stop by that coffee shop. He's a great guy.
It sounds like fun, and that organization sounds amazing.
For
so
sure.
Hopefully it's a big turnout there. Now to
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
"7 months ago was the first laser engraving I did. Didn't know what I wanted to do as far as my art. I used to hand carve, custom carve all the time. I was so excited. I opened it up, I plugged it all in, and I go, how do I get a picture onto something from this now? Wood is really unique in what it offers. It offers different characteristics, and I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. Wood is just gorgeous. My friends look at it, they've always known that I've had an artistic side and that I really enjoy art. I enjoy doing different things. Wood has a story to tell, just like anybody's life. When I'm driving down the road, if I see an old cedar tree that's dead, I try to grab it. People have a lot of memories in photographs. They have a lot of things that tell a lot about their life, people that are in their life currently, people that aren't.
Listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show. Our special guest is Goose, and I absolutely have no idea what's going on. For some reason, it's we've got her on video, but it's not picking her up on sound. So we're gonna try to figure out why this is doing what it's doing. But she can hear us, but we can't hear her. So other people are asking, well, then why are you talking to her Zoom? Because we're trying to figure it out. Why? Just call you? Yeah, that's probably what. Your phone, does it have a earphone, a plug-in?
It does. Yep.
Okay, we're just gonna call her.
All right.
We're gonna call you.
There you go. This is what you do in a day.
Yeah. So go ahead and dial that number.
One second, guys.
1 second, everybody. Sorry about this. We've been trying to work on this, and for some reason, it's just giving us issues, and we have no idea why.
And a calling. There you go.
But at least you'll be able to see her on Zoom, and we're talking to her on the phone.
Hello.
We gotcha.
Hey, what's up, Goose? How are you?
Hi, friends. Just hanging out down here in 100-degree weather.
Well, hey, thank you for giving us your time. You know, we was prepared for this. We don't know. We even tried calling you on the Google Voice on our station number, and for some reason it wasn't even working. So I have a feeling that it was on our side. The reason that we wasn't able to talk was on our side. So.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We figured it out. Hello out there.
The only bad thing is we don't get to see your picture. That's the only bad thing.
I'm not looking very good right now anyway, so that's okay.
Well, Moon, you gotta get in here because you're not even in the picture.
I don't know how. Where am I? Where am I?
You gotta scoot in. You gotta scoot in.
Oh, there I am. It's been a day, trust me.
All right, so in Stillwater, Oklahoma, let us know, like, what is the atmosphere there?
The atmosphere, like, in what way? Like,
well,
the
like,
weather?
when I went to Indiana, like, there was like no worries at all. Like, I mean, people didn't care if they wore a mask or anything, and then here in Colorado, like, outside, everybody's all like frantic-y, and like everybody has a mask. Like, I find it different in different states how everybody is reacting. to this virus. How are they reacting to the virus there in Stillwater?
Well, here in Stillwater, people have been pretty much, I would say like 80% of the community wears masks, like to the grocery store and stuff. But, Oklahoma is a state full of, those people that don't want to do what other people are telling them to do.
I think that's
So,
pretty much every state.
I don't really wear one myself, and it's just a personal choice. It's
Right.
not because I don't believe that there isn't a virus or, anything like that. It's just it's 100 freaking degrees here. Like, I don't want to wear a thing over my face.
Right? No, I totally.
As far as the COVID goes, like, I'm just kind of to the point where it's like, well, if I get it, I get it. Oh, well.
I think everybody has kind of gotten to that point, because you can only worry so much to the point where it's like, whatever.
Exactly.
Well, I can't even imagine having, like, kids right now because, like, I see, like, all the Facebook pictures are, like, kids wearing masks now.
Right.
It's like, this is not right. Like,
No, I'm with you on that. I'm gonna turn you up just a little bit.
There we go.
turn me up, turn me on.
Turn you up just a little bit. We have the phone line hooked into the system. Why Google Voice? I have no idea. Just so everybody knows, if you're just tuning in now, we have Goose on the line. Goose, a blast from the past. She was my co-host for a year and a half a while ago, and she has found herself in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and we're just kind of doing a revisiting. If there's something that you would like to say to Goose or mention, remember that number is text or call in as 720-619-0627. The text line and the phone line is open. We can hear people. They can hear us. For some reason, we just can't talk or whatever for some reason. But I have no idea why that is. But yeah, it is what it is. But the phone line
Honestly,
is open.
I could just be that much in the middle of nowhere that stuff just doesn't want to work.
Well, we have the Google Pixel for the rest. We were.
Yes.
Help.
So you gotta tell us, because I know Stillwater is pretty small. Like, what population is it? Like 30,000 or?
Well, it kind of depends because it's a college town.
Oh, okay.
So, like, when the students are here, it's like 40,000. But, like, right now, or, for the last few months, really, it's really only like 25, which is still, like, a decent size. I mean, the town's pretty spread out, but everything surrounding this town is farmland.
Okay.
So, like, you have to drive an hour in either direction to find, the city or Tulsa or somewhere else.
Yeah, I know how. I lived in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and I remember when I went to work, because in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, it's an Indian reservation. So
Nice.
to be able to get work there, it's like an act of Congress if you're not Indian or a part of a tribe. So I had to drive almost an hour and a half to Muskogee, and I worked at a Walgreens there for a couple of months until they found out that I had a traumatic brain injury, and then that wreck or whatever. That stopped that. But in the Oklahoma that I live, like, you couldn't even flush toilet paper down the toilet. You had to throw it away in the trash can.
Oh, it's like way back there.
Okay, but it's also been like 20 years since you lived here.
They're all
Like,
now
we have
automated.
indoor plumbing. You can drink the tap water.
Okay. All right, so you're telling me that it's not like that anymore then.
Not where I'm at, no.
Okay.
And as far as I know, the Muskogee area is pretty nice. So I haven't been down there, but I mean, I've barely been outside this town really because, you know, I work early mornings or used to, and then, you know, I always have had a second job, so it's not much time to drive an hour outside of the town.
So with this virus thing going around, you're spending a little bit of extra time at home. Tell the listeners, like, what are you doing on your? You got a new dog, Smacks.
Yeah. He's
How-
right here chewing on my fingers.
I was gonna say, how's that going?
It's going pretty well.
Yeah.
The weekends are kind of hard on him because I have to work all day, Saturday and Sunday most weeks. But he's a good dog.
Yeah.
He knows tricks, and he's about 8 months old, but he's gigantic.
Aw.
Well, when I took him to the vet to get fixed a couple months ago, she asked me, like, do you know what kind of dog he is? I said, I have no idea.
That was going to be my question, so I was already answered.
And he's definitely a mutt. That much I can tell you.
Okay.
And she was like, well, yes, but he's mostly border collie. But he's definitely got something bigger in there. Like a couple of my friends are thinking Great Dane because he's got these long legs. I don't think he's going to get as big as a Great Dane, but I mean, he's got these long, skinny legs with this streamlined body. Yeah, you.
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. I have I'm trying to set up a remote so that we go over there to the Harley Davidson shop and we can visit with you and all that. Now you're at a college town. And
Yeah.
I know you aren't really that much into football. Being in a Sooner town, are you more of a football fan now or not so much?
This is not a Sooner town, sir.
Oh,
This is where the Cowboys reign supreme.
oh, okay, okay, all right,
OU is like one of the biggest rivals of the school that's here.
okay.
So like whenever like Sooners come to town, it's like a big freaking deal.
Ah, okay, all right. So are you more into football now?
Well, I mean, no more than I was in the first place. I mean, it's still a fun game to watch. But like, I mean, I had to learn names of like people and things because I had to.
Right.
But I mean, I would go to games and not know anybody, and that would still be fun.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, before we let you go, because we're running out of time, you're still doing your No Sex in the City podcast, correct?
That actually ended just before back in January. We stopped doing it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
My co-host for that used to work with me, and then she went and got another job, and now we don't have the studio space because I don't work there anymore either. So.
Okay.
Oh well.
All right.
Yeah.
This is one of those times where insert foot into my mouth. I should have asked her that before I asked her
Yeah.
about that.
Well, it's been a day all around.
That's
so
okay. I got fired today.
I know, but you know
No.
what? You're such a great personality, and many people
Yeah.
miss you on the show, Goose. And I tell you, I have no idea why that would happen, but I guarantee you've been an on-air personality now for a year. You're gonna get hired real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I mean, I'm definitely bummed, but it was definitely also getting to be, time to look for something else. So I didn't think I'd get pushed into the pool, but oh well.
Well, if correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a very small radio station.
Yeah, and I mean, rumor has it they're not going to be around much longer anyway, so maybe this is a saving grace, and I can get a head start. So
Okay, blessing in disguise.
yeah, well, I've always been that silver lining crazy lady.
Yes.
You know, like everything happens for a reason. Everything that's happened in my life has led to this, so I can't distrust. You know, something as silly as losing a job, which has happened a dozen times in my life.
Right.
You know, you got to just keep looking ahead to the next thing. So that's what I'm doing.
Right. Well, you know what time it is, and it's gonna be different now because you're gonna be able to hear it. But it is that time, Goose. It is your time to shine. Oh, you know what? You're not going to be able to hear because we got you connected to the phone line, so we'll have to do it here. Here we go.
Just say when.
All right, so you know how this is, the time to shine. Maybe I didn't ask you something. Maybe you have something that you want to get off your chest. This is the time that you tell everybody, give them some goose wisdom. Maybe somebody's listening and maybe, they lost their job, or maybe they haven't got their dream job like you've had. Do you have any tips or suggestions that you can give our listeners?
Well, I guess the first thing is for the first day, maybe even the first 2 days, it's okay to feel sorry for yourself and, maybe just want to sit on the couch and eat ice cream for a day or two. Like, that's fine. But, you got to remember, like, you got to get over that stage quick and you got to get back out there. And, it's just, especially in the business I'm in, like, if you sit around too long, it's not going to, the opportunities aren't going to be there. So, it doesn't really matter what type of job you're into. Just, get back out there. You'll find something, like I said before, like everything in my life, at least, has seemed to have all kind of panned out for a reason. And, I've been saying for a year that this is my dream job and all this, and at first I was like, I lost my dream job today, but you know what? Like, that wasn't my dream job. Like, that was the first step to the dream. So, just always keep moving, always look to that dream, and, it'll work out.
Awesome. Very positive, Goose. Stay with us. I want to talk to you on the other side. For everybody else, it is that time. We're going to go on a music break. And when we come off of that music break, yep, you guessed it, it's the What the segment. We're going to continuation with the Circus Freak. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show. Hit that mic.
I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military police officer from 1997 to 2005. Yes, I deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and I saw firsthand, like many others, the toils of true hate that comes with war. I often just shook my head in disbelief, unable to comprehend what was happening to me mentally.
When I came home, my mom came to visit me and insisted that I had changed and was different. Honestly, that just pissed me off more. But as time passed, I realized I had changed. The biggest realization came in March of 2005, when I took my then 5-year-old daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. We got our tickets at the gate and then entered the park. Main Street was packed. We made it about 100 feet into the park, and already 5 people had pushed or shoulder bumped us. I felt my blood pressure rising and wanted everyone to just back away. When I felt the squeeze of my hand and I looked down, my daughter looked up at me with a smile and said, "Mom, are you okay? Let's just go to the beach." I was divorced and in the middle of a custody battle. I wanted to go home to Nebraska to be with family to help me, but I was court-ordered to stay in California or give up custody of my daughter, so I was forced to go through my pain alone. I self-isolated, I drank a lot, and when I did land a civilian job, I struggled with personal interactions and could not comprehend the seemingly laid-back laziness of people in general. In 2011, I was finally able to move to Colorado to be closer to family and my sister. With the help and encouragement of my sister, I started to get back to my roots of horses. It started simple, a ride here and there, helping her clean horses or helping muck stalls. Then I was asked to go to one of the shows and show a horse for our friend Brenda. She put me on a horse named Silky. Silky was patient and kind and guided me through that show. The following year, I married my now husband Wade Davis, and we purchased 10 acres. I purchased a horse and started working with her to get back to showing myself. I discovered that with horses, I was able to go to events and be around groups of people. Being on top of a horse, no one would crowd around near you, and if someone did get too close for comfort, I'd just lie to them and say my horse kicks. They move really quick when you say that. Also, I was able to focus on my horse and not myself and my own anxieties about being around people. Slowly over the last 5 years, people have asked for my assistance and guidance to help them and their horses. I learned that I really enjoy helping those who want help and coaching. I push others to work hard and to be the best that they can be. My coaching is focused on the sport of extreme trail riding or obstacle challenges, and I often joke that it's called stupid human tricks with horses, but in reality it's a sport in which a very high level of trust and partnership needs to be in place in order to be competitive. A rider must trust that their horse will take care of them, and a horse needs to trust that the rider will not put them in a bad situation. It truly is about overcoming obstacles in life and in the arena. Photography was always a little hobby of mine. Taking pictures, I could essentially hide behind the camera and did not have to socialize with anyone. In 2018, at an obstacle challenge, I was just randomly taking pictures and I posted a few on Facebook. Those pictures got noticed, and with the help and encouragement of a few close friends, I agreed to take official pictures at an event, and to my disbelief, people actually paid me money for them. In the last 2 years, I have launched a website to advertise and promote my photography and offer horsemanship coaching. My goal and hope is that through my passions, horses, photography, and coaching, I can help others so they don't have to struggle alone like I did.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up, iTunes, and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
7 months ago was the first laser engraving I did. Didn't know what I wanted to do as far as my art. I used to hand carve, custom carve all the time. I was so excited. I opened it up, I plugged it all in, and I go, how do I get a picture onto something from this now? Wood is really unique in what it offers. It offers different characteristics, and I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. Wood is just gorgeous. My friends look at it, they've always known that I've had an artistic side and that I really enjoy art. I enjoy doing different things. Wood has a story to tell, just like anybody's life. When I'm driving down the road, if I see an old cedar tree that's dead, I try to grab it. People have a lot of memories in photographs. They have a lot of things that tell a lot about their life, people that are in their life currently, people that aren't in their life any longer. I always worked with art. I always built tables, water features, did custom artwork. I was on the road all the time. Wanted to do something where I could spend time with my wife and my family. without traveling all the time. And this seemed like a nice segue to open the store, sell custom furniture, make custom furniture, and do the custom laser engraving. I have a theory. Most people don't know how to tell you what they want, but they know what they like when they see it. I want to end up getting better and better every single day with what I do.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.
Ahead tonight, a Parker coffee shop owner is giving back to some of his most loyal customers.
He's planning a big fundraiser next month to raise thousands of dollars for a veterans charity that's turning lives around, and he needs your help. His story in tonight's Serving Those Who Serve report. At this tiny coffee cabin just off Parker Road, it's clear the one thing owner Wes Crespi likes even more than a steaming cup of joe is the police officers and veterans who come here to spend their hard-earned money.
I support the police officers that come in because they mean so much to me, and I support our military who come in, and that's really what it's all about.
Which is why a few years ago he decided to give back, picking a veterans charity and raising money for them every year.
At least I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it because our men and women are out there fighting for us. Otherwise, where would we be right now?
This year, his own father-in-law inspired his charity choice.
He's just a fantastic person. He's always doing things for people, and he told me he was going to do this, and I'm just absolutely thrilled.
Fly fishing, of all things, helped his father-in-law Jim, a Vietnam veteran who suffered in silence for half a century since serving in Vietnam.
I have an extreme case of PTSD.
Jim's a part of something called Project Healing Waters.
When you're fly fishing, you can't think about anything but fly fishing.
It's a nonprofit that takes veterans to the great outdoors where nature works its healing wonders on men and women with PTSD, brain injuries, and other war wounds.
I was outside when a mortar landed and ended my career.
Brady Busby is proof it works.
I was deployed 7 times. I was diagnosed with PTSD after my 3rd tour in Iraq.
War nearly ended his life. Fishing, he says, saved it.
It's a form of mindfulness for me, just being out in the creek where you don't have to worry about anything other than a fish biting your fly or trying to trick a fish with a pea-sized brain, and you're there for hours doing it, but it's definitely worth it. It's very, very therapeutic.
When his own daughter died by suicide a year ago, it was fishing that helped him get through the pain.
That really helped calm me down and ground me.
I'm with like-minded people, veterans that understand me and have been through what I've been through.
Ask any veteran who's been on one of these fishing trips and they'll tell you.
If it wasn't for Project Healing Waters, I would be sitting in my depression instead of standing in the middle of a river.
You having your iced coffee?
So if it helps veterans, Wes is all in.
My father-in-law suffered really bad, and he's such a great guy, and he's very humble. And it was really important to me to do something, and this is what I picked because I saw what he suffered through.
Every day he serves coffee to those who served. Now he's preparing to serve them much more.
Thanks, and God bless you, brother. I always appreciate you, man.
And that is where you come in. So Wes is selling tickets to the Coffee Cabin Salute to Heroes fundraiser for Project Healing Waters. It's Saturday, August 10th, 5:30 at the barn at Rancho Vallacandios in Castle Rock. I'm going to be there. I'll be the MC. I can't wait for it. You can get the tickets at his coffee shop on Parker Road in Ponderosa. They're $100, but that includes dinner, open bar, music, valet, and some surprises. Every dime goes to the charity. You could even buy a ticket so a veteran can go. He'd love that, too. He's got big auction items, too, because he wants to raise lots of money for the vets. We got details on the auction and more on the event right now at our website, kdvr.com. Support Wes. Stop by that coffee shop. He's a great guy.
It sounds like fun, and that organization sounds amazing.
For
so
sure.
hopefully it's a big turnout there. Now to
Hi, my name is Star Baxter, and I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military.
Ho, ho, ho! It is that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is. Look at that. Look at what we just did. Can you believe it, Miller?
Hey everybody, it's HTrain here. Join us every Monday night on mbradio.us where we talk to top nonprofits 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, we're looking to have all those veteran companies or all those companies that want to support veterans open up those checkbooks, tell us about and make some donations, help us out. We're also looking to feature you on the show. We want to talk to you. So give us a call. We'd love to have you on the show.
Right. What we do is we interview top nonprofits that are more focused on the family and not so much on the checkbook. But if you can't get online, then that's okay because our podcast comes on right after the show ends on Stitcher, iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. So, and you don't want to miss a show because you never know what I'm going to say next.
Sometimes you don't even want to know.
So listen to the HTrain show right here on MBR, giving our veterans a voice.
Hey, this is Reverend Gary Belk here with Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. Are you into religion? Not me. Hopefully you're not either. I'm into truth. So what is truth? Well, it's not relative, it's absolute. Truth is information that it's the same for everybody, no matter where you live, no matter when you live. We're into truth. And if you want to join us, it's at like 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that would probably be like 5 a.m. here in the Mountain West. And so we would enjoy for you to join us and learn truth. So here's what, let me just share with you just a second. 7 worldviews. What worldview do you have? I'm a theist. God created. And all of the worldviews other than theism are self-defeating. So let's learn together as to why they're self-defeating and why theism is truth. Not into church doctrine, except if church doctrine is biblical. Join us this coming Sunday. MBR. All right, get that down. Write that down. Carve it into your skin if you need to. No, I'm just kidding. MBR Radio. God bless you. I look forward to talking with you in the future.
And you're listening to the HTrain Show.
Okay, and we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show, and we've I'm not gonna lie to you. We've had a few hiccups tonight. I don't know why, technology, but Moon saved the day.
That's what I do. That's
Usually with Zoom, we can talk to the person or hit them with Google Voice, but for some reason, it wasn't playing nicely for us.
No.
So, it is what it is, but we're all set. We was able to call Goose on the phone just to kind of recap of what we've done and what we've been through. We started the show off with a bang with the interview with Goose talking about, what the environment was in Stillwater because it's a small town, and we talked to her a little bit of, update what she's been doing and stuff. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is my segment, my favorite segment, and your favorite segment, I'm sure. It is What the Moment.
Those are cool tats, man.
For real. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
You see Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad? No.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
What the And we are back. Like I said, this is our favorite segment. Okay, so now we're going to the and the camera thing. I tell you what, it's
a day. I don't know.
It's a day because it's not even like showing the image that we usually have here. Let's see, it's not that one. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to let you read it. This is our circus freak of the week. It is Chang and Ing, and DJ Moon. I'll let you read it.
This has been first of all, this has been a day and a half. I don't know. This world was supposed to end last Sunday, but I think technology is biting back now. But the What the Moment is in the following of the circus oddities, I like to call them, is Chang and Eng. They were conjoined Siamese twins who were born in 1811. They represent the origin of the term Siamese twins. They were fused together chest to chest by the bridge of cartilage in their sternums. Also, their lives were also connected. In 1929, they were touring as a curiosity with Robert Hunter, or Robert Hunter. And shortly after that, they went into business for themselves as a sideshow attraction. They were one of the very first people that did this, by the way. And Chan and Eng actually married a set of sisters. So each individual people had their own individual lives, and they got married. Those two couples had over 20 children. In 1874, though, Chang did pass away from a stroke, and his brother passed away 3 hours later. Their death cast and preserved liver are on display at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you have not been to the Mutter Museum,
I was going to say I've never been to the museum, but like when they say it's displayed at the museum, like what do? Do they stuff it like a deer, like mount it on the wall, or what?
Kinda. I haven't been to the Mutter Museum. I was only in Philadelphia a couple of times, and frankly, I really, really, really want to go to this museum. It is a museum of oddities and preserved oddities. There is like the world's largest goiter, world's largest I don't even know, but it's like a medical museum. So their liver is actually on display under a glass case, which had a it's really interesting. If you've ever seen it's basically cast in like a medical grade serum, and it is under glass, and I want to say it is in liquid, so it is being preserved in this liquid form, much like they would do to kind of transplant organs or whatnot, or they really want to display something. If you guys have not seen, another great thing is called Bodyworks.
Okay.
And it was featured here in Denver a little bit ago, and it is artistic displays, which basically have all the blood and cartilage drawn out of them, and it was basically replaced by a resin-like material. And literally, I've seen this exhibit, the full-on exhibit here in Denver when it was here, years ago now. And I did see a little bit of it in Canada, in Halifax. We had a little medical, basically tiny little display. Not nearly the big display that we had either here or in Las Vegas.
Okay.
But this is a bit of a different than what the Mutter Museum does, because they are more for artists at Corporate Welt, which Body Works or Body Worlds. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, it's a very, very small museum, and I really want to go. If I ever get out there, I will let you guys know on my show.
And this is where now?
That's in Philadelphia.
It's in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in Philadelphia, and it is just around like where the Rocky statue. I want to say it's around where the Liberty Bell is as well. It's
Okay.
just not too far off the Philadelphia airport. But man, it's so cool. But yeah, these guys, if you're seeing the picture right now, you kind of see that it doesn't look like they can just basically tear themselves apart. But if they do
Yeah.
that, of course, they die. So they're functioning together as one unit, but they have separate lives. When one dies, of course, whether it be medical or not.
It reminds me of that movie Stuck on You.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Except you guys are stuck with their liver, kinda. But
Oh, man.
it's really, really, really interesting. And yes, there's a lot of conjoined twins and Siamese twins that are still being born. A lot of them, you actually might know a couple of more famous ones where the country singers, one was on a chair, and I can't remember her, but they all wanted to have this country album, and they are one of the most famous next to Channing.
I wish that there was, like, I even YouTubed to see, like, if there was any more, behind the scenes, because I'm sure they had, like, girlfriends or, they were married or something, And I didn't see any of that. But this is, I find this very crazy and very weird.
Very, very cool. One thing that I will do, if you guys are interested in the Mutter Museum and kind of seeing what it's all about, I haven't seen it, like I said. It's a very small museum, but I will post a link.
Right.
So you guys can see if you guys haven't been. If you guys have been to the Mutter Museum, definitely let us know.
So now what we're going to do, before we go on to our next topic, because, I think the comparing the coronavirus to cancer, the next topic, I think that's going to take some time.
Oh, yeah.
But what I will say is I'm going to give you guys a phone number today. This is today's prize. If you know about Red Friday, you're supposed to wear red every Friday to remember everyone deployed. That's why they call it Red Friday. For civilians, military guys already know this. But we're going to give away a red HTrain show hat, okay? This is the only way to win, all right? And we can either mail it to you or you can come by here, the MBR studio, and you can pick it up. But if these guys are in a bar, okay, and you're a woman and you're like, ooh, ichaku, or, a bunch of, spoons or whatever, kikakawe, or, I don't know. What would be your pickup line? What would be your pickup line? Like, I mean, if it was two models and they were joined at the hip or whatever, like, what would be your pickup line?
I think this is bad, but I think my pickup line would be cool. 2 for 1 price.
See, if you had something like that made me laugh, you'd win that. So phone lines are open. That number is, once again, 720-619-0627 or 0 MBR. Okay? Hit us up on the Total Talk text line. Message us, call us, whatever. Okay? But that's the key. What's the pickup line? Make us laugh, you win the hat. I think that was pretty simple. And then the other giveaway or the other contest at the end of the show, if you can correctly name how many hiccups that we had today.
Oh, it's a lot.
We always have a hiccup every day, all the time. We're professionals here, people.
Right?
If you guess the correct name, then you will get a swag back with the famous red T-shirt. So don't message us on Facebook. Don't write in the comments. You are against every listener. the pickup lines are coming in now. None has made us laugh just yet, but going back to it, I wish that there was more history. That first one that we did with the woman with 4 legs, now that was incredible.
I missed
the
that
the
one. I
the story behind it.
Yeah.
She had like 5 kids, 3 out of one uterus and 2 out of the other one.
Wow.
Because they were all functioning uteruses, and then when she died, they not only did they bury her, but they poured cement in there so that people couldn't dig her up.
I can kind of see that though, because that right there is an oddity. You have 5 kids.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot, for one person to kind of take on. So yeah, that would definitely be something, an oddity for sure.
Right.
Put on display or what have you, or not saying that, rest in peace for sure.
Right.
But as far as that goes, I think that's amazing. That's really cool.
Back then, I mean, I just want to, like, we have social media today, but like back then, like, how does the word get around? With these circuses, and like I'm sure that maybe they were the only one at the time with this unique circumstances.
Yeah.
And I know that back in those times that other rival circuses that were traveling, they made like different props to.
They actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make it, hey, look, the bearded lady, I put like cotton swabs on their face or something.
Yeah.
But I just wonder how that went into play. How did they get the word around?
I don't really think they got the word out as far as, just they would know that this random circus full of huge trains with, you get your clowns, you have the animals in the cage, you got your tigers. You knew when the circus was in town because you would see this train of animals and just sounds and lights and, loudspeakers or megaphones, whatever they had back then.
Right.
It was just, they would just set up, and that was it. They would just set up, and you knew that it was absolutely an amazing event. Like, oh, what is this? And that was the Barnum Bailey Freak Show Circus.
Right.
And that's how they get it.
That's how they get it.
That's how they do it.
And, well, I tell you what, that is the end of that segment. But stick around because we're not done yet, folks. No, we're going to talk about the next segment. We're going to talk about how are you comparing the virus versus cancer. And you're going to be very surprised with all the research, the numbers, and everything that we've came up with. It's the same. So I guess what I'm saying is don't freak out, everybody, because we're not really, I mean, we're freaked out about cancer, but you know what I mean. So,
undetectable.
Yes.
But we'll get into that.
So whatever you do is stay with us, everybody. We're going to go on a music break. I'll let you do the OBS, and we're going on a music break. And when we come back, we're going to be hitting into the ugly truth. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Tee It Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization who uses the game of golf to help veterans as they transition from the battlefield to the home front. Our mission at Tee It Up for the Troops is to honor, remember, respect, and support all those who have served in the armed forces for the United States of America. Whether they've been injured or they're suffering from some of the invisible wounds of war, we want them to know that we stand ready to help them as they take that next step in life.
I have focused more after being on a golf course. I'm generally happier, and I owe it all actually to this organization. I mean, I really wouldn't be where I'm at physically and mentally and quite frankly emotionally if it hadn't been for meeting and getting to know people in this organization.
As these military men and women return to their communities, we want them to know that there are great organizations out there to help them make that transition. And with our many connections to veteran service organizations around the country, we can make a positive difference for America's veterans and our military families. Teed Up for the Troops looks to support our veterans and military families through 6 key areas of support: suicide prevention, PTSD and traumatic brain injury treatments, employment and career pathing, sports and golf rehabilitation, housing and homelessness, and family and caregiver support. With your help and our many connections to veteran service organizations across the country, we can make a positive difference in the lives of these American veterans.
Common Ground Golf Course looks like a postcard. The USGA thought so much of this championship layout, they made it the companion course for the 2012 U.S. Amateur. Last fall, Common Ground was the victim of Mother Nature and the floods that devastated Aurora. Today, it reopened to the public. One of the best deals in Colorado is back in play.
Just the fact that we're back out here and able to play the full course today is amazing.
Dave Troyer has a bounce in his step. He's the director of golf at Common Ground Golf Course. 8.5 months ago, you needed a boat to navigate some of its fairways.
For 3.5 weeks, we had 6 to 8 feet of water on half the golf course, and it was a devastating blow to everything that we built over the last 5 years here.
September's floods gave new meaning to the term water hazard.
Once it drained off, everything was dead. We had to go through the whole process of regrassing everything down there. You know, we resodded 5 greens, reseeded 6.5 fairways.
In the golf business, that's tough to swing.
Being closed, you know, the hard costs and the lost revenue over the time, it was over $1 million hit for us.
Golfers were forced to make do on a modified 9-hole layout. But there's good news. The grass is finally greener on the other side.
Going from water to brown, dead grass to what you see today in such a short time is amazing. Now that we're going to get some 80-degree weather, it'll just explode. And as you can see, it looks like it's in phenomenal condition already, so we're ready to go.
The comeback is nearly complete.
We're going to play winter rules on these for the first month, 6 weeks. We'll see what it takes. I would say it would be middle end of the summer before it matches the conditions of the rest of the course. Can't beat the tees and can't beat the greens, and you can always find a good lie in the fairway.
One of Common Ground's missions is to give a championship experience at an affordable price. If you're a golfer, you need to check it out. Thank you to Dave, Andy, and Arthur for letting
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hands down, this has been the best week of my entire life.
This organization is absolutely fantastic.
I was just blown away. Incredible time with awesome brothers.
I really had no idea how much this was going to do for me.
I'm happy. It's been just a blessing.
These last few days have been awesome, sharing my story and riding with people who still care.
What a great opportunity to be here with your brothers and connect, talking to each other about shared experiences and getting able to sort of unload in a group of people that you're immediately comfortable with.
Some of our problems are all very much the same.
We're all in it together.
This program has just an amazing value.
It's really helped me look at myself as well as see others that are in the same situation that I've been in.
I think I finally recognized my worth.
I can't tell you, how meaningful I think the workshops, the camaraderie, and the discussions, and the writing that we've had have been for me.
The bonding with the other guys has been just as good, if not better, than the riding.
It's like we've almost all known each other for a long time.
11, incredible dudes from all parts of the country,
with similar experiences, similar background, similar affinity for motorcycles.
Learn more about each other and how to deal with the stresses of life.
The depth of that relationship is absolutely amazing to me.
These people now, they'll be brothers for the rest of my life.
This organization is extremely valuable.
We'll always have this, and I'll always be able to connect with these guys that kind of get what it is to be a veteran.
Taking home a lot of gratitude.
One of the best weeks of my entire life. I thank everybody for participating.
I just can't say thank you enough.
I think you've saved a lot of lives.
I enlisted, ready to serve, ready to defend, but my fight has just begun.
Help this year.
And now we are also streaming. Okay, so I don't know how the whole show is going to sound, and I will tell you that I apologize. So what has happened is not only does MBR run out of the studio, but a lot of interns run through the studio, and they touch buttons. And I was just looking, and I was telling Moon, I don't understand why, our Zoom isn't working, the phone line. Like, you could, if I called you, you could hear me, and you could, talk to me. But for some reason, that sound quality wasn't good.
Yeah.
Well, we figured out why.
I can hear myself perfectly now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but here we are.
Somebody messed with the buttons, and they had two buttons that was pushed, and so I honestly don't know how good the quality is going to be. And if we had that issue with quality, it makes me wonder, the listeners at home, like if they could hear us or not. They're going to be able to hear me no matter what, because I've got that, I'm loud. I'm just loud. That's all. But it is that time, everybody. It is the ugly truth.
I don't think we should talk about the ugly truth.
Okay, so the ugly truth. All right. There's going to be a lot of people that believe in this virus. There's going to be a lot of people that don't believe in this virus. We're going to give the facts. And I'm going to read you some of the numbers for the virus, and then DJ Moon is going to read you some of the numbers for cancer. Now, technically, as it states, they're suggesting that they know how it spreads. They're suggesting how you get it, okay? But the truth is, nobody knows.
That's just it.
If anybody really honestly knew how, then we would have a cure. And guess what? There's a sickness out there, a disease, if you want to call it, that's out there that everybody suggests this is how, studies have suggested this is how you get it, okay? But nobody really knows. And what is that disease? It's cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a sickness, a virus that is just like cancer.
And it's true.
And when you think about it, you're like, okay, all right, I see where you're going with this. Now, not everybody's too worried about cancer. I mean, we're worried about it, but people aren't sitting there.
They're not stewing over it.
Right,
every
exactly.
day. Either you have it or you don't. Like, my mom died of cancer, and
Right.
I'll tell you, it was the most painful thing I had to watch.
Right, and my mom died of cancer. And everybody knows cancer's real. Everybody knows it's out there, okay? All right, so here is the official numbers, okay? Confirmed today. All right. Now, I don't know if that's just in the United States.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. So this. All right. We're gonna say all. Okay. So confirmed in the United States, there are 2.64 million that have COVID-19. 811,000 have recovered. Now, you don't hear about the recovery. You just hear about the dead and you got it, okay? You know why? Because being recovered from it, it's not that big of a news story. You're not going to click it. They're trying to scare you. Remember, TV, radio, all that, they're looking for ratings. They're trying to scare you, and if they can find something that interests and that scares you and that's going to get you to click on it, it's all about the clicks.
Yep.
Okay. Death is 128,000.
Which
okay?
really in the ratio is not as detrimental, I guess,
Right.
as what one may have thought. But it's true. They don't really go into the whole recovery process of it.
Now, I'm looking here at. Maybe I should let you do the cancer thing. I'm looking at like the expected new cancer cases and deaths.
Yeah.
2020. It's saying the with the CDC.
The CDC is pretty legit, so you know.
They are pretty legit, but like again, they don't know what's going on. You know, they're and let's see here. Where was that? Where I had it earlier, where it showed the numbers. Where did that go? It just like
right about there. Yeah, that'll work.
it's an estimated new number of cancer cases and death in 2020. Right now, it's estimated 1.8 million new cancer cases diagnosed. Cancer deaths in the United States is 606,520. Okay,
And that's just in the States alone.
right. That's just in the States alone. Okay, and what did we just read?
128K.
Yeah.
World.
Wow, that's very close.
It is. And the thing with COVID is you don't know you have it. That's the thing. And the fact is that it's just like cancer. Like you might suspect you might have cancer. My mother had no idea she got cancer until she was in she went to the hospital with pneumonia and they found lung cancer.
Right.
Turns out the lung cancer within 3 months turned into small cell cancer.
Right.
It went all through her lymph nodes. So these cancers, they can build. You know, they build and build and build. And next thing you know, 3 months later, you know, you lost a family member.
We just wanted to talk about this
Yeah.
because I've seen a lot, you know. Hey, I believe, you know, a higher power out there. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And, you know, everybody's all worried about the virus. And, like, I was more scared of Ebola and more scared of cancer. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it, you know. But nobody knows why or how they're getting. They suggest it, but they don't know.
Because it's almost one of those kind of scenarios too, where you don't know. Like do you carry the cancer gene? Yes, I think you do. Do you carry the COVID gene? That is to be determined.
Right.
You know, because nobody knows. So this whole thing about not wearing masks and stuff like that, especially if you're in a gathering, the more people, and this is my personal opinion, I'm going to be putting myself in a little venting tirade for a little bit. For a second.
Go ahead.
So, because I live here in the United States, the borders from the United States and Canada are still closed. We are now on, the U.S. also has been opening up their borders for unnecessarily travel in Europe, but guess what country is not among those allowed to travel to certain countries in Europe? The U.S. And why is that? Because of all the resurgence. Because everyone's reopening. No one's really enforcing. As far as I know, not everybody's enforcing the stay-at-home orders because people have to work and people are losing their jobs, which really sucks, for one. And two, all these gatherings in Florida, Texas, spring break, 85 cases alone have been found. I think it was at a bar in Austin. I think it was Austin or Lubbock. And everybody was just all dancing as if nothing ever happened. And that's how you know everything is shutting back down again. All the concerts that have been scheduled, what I've been looking forward to, and I'm sure everybody else has been looking forward to, are there going to be that much more postponed? So if we don't take it seriously, the numbers are just going to exceed the numbers far beyond cancer at a much quicker rate. And we're going to be basically in COVID apocalypse. Really, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just, the protests that have happened earlier this month, they came up with new cases with COVID-19. And I've seen like the news reports, I've seen the articles, I've seen all these I didn't see one person in the protest that didn't have a mask on.
I've seen a lot of people who did.
I saw almost everybody that wear a mask. And that's what I'm saying is you can wear a mask.
Just takes
and I guarantee you can be 6 feet apart from the person and you can still get it.
It's true.
I don't want people to freak out because, I know plenty of people that hadn't smoked or haven't dipped or didn't drink alcohol. I mean, they were like a freak, what's the word I'm looking for?
Superhuman.
Yeah,
healthy?
super healthy.
Yeah.
Okay? And they still got cancer. And I think it's the same thing with this virus. You can be super.
Have this immunity that's just will basically stop a truck in its path, kind of thing, but still get it.
Right. So I don't want kids to be walking on the sidewalk and they're scared because they might get this virus thing. When I was a kid, I had a great childhood. I didn't have a carefree in the world. You, as a parent, know that you're doing a good job being a parent if your child isn't scared of something.
Yep. Indeed. And
and I'm not talking about the monsters in the closet or the monsters that are under the bed. That's a common thing. But if a child is scared, he doesn't know when he's going to eat next, or if he's scared because he doesn't know where he's going to sleep next. Honestly, parent, you're not doing your job.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, before my mom died, it was just me. Like I'm 44 right now, and she moved to Colorado when I was like about 10 years ago. But my mother, honestly, we didn't know where our meals were coming from because we had to go. She was a single mother in Halifax, and if you live in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in Canada, it's the second highest tax rate in all of Canada, like all North America, 17% taxes. So, and I mean, single mother working nights and whatnot, and I was still going to school. And personally, we didn't know where our next meal was coming from, but she never let me know that.
Right.
She's like, you know what? I would rather starve myself for days just so you could eat.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she would do. And
and that's a good parent.
Yeah,
you want your child to feel safe. You want your child to have more than you did when you as a child or as a parent.
Oh yeah.
You would feel guilty.
100%. And she went above and beyond to the point where I am 45. I moved around, and none of my family were active in the military. So, kind of puts it in perspective that when I moved to Denver here after, I'm hoping this is the last move, it was move 38. What does that say? Because we couldn't afford to pay rent. We kept, going back, basically hopping because we couldn't afford to pay the rent.
Right.
And and I don't even come from a military family. So there we are.
Now, if you have any comments or you guys just totally disagree with us, we got the next couple of minutes. Hit us up on our text line, write us 720-619-0627. Let us know if you think we're off our gourd or if you think we're crazy. But the fact is there's a lot of suggestions out there of what causes it, but there's no fact. And I got a little irritated because I saw a news thing here in Colorado, Fox 31. They brought up washing your clothes in the washing machine there's a good chance you could spread the virus. And it's like, come on, man.
If you're gonna put it in the dryer, for one, if you're going to slap it in the dryer, problem solved. Because at that rate, heat has been known to kill the virus. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's like, no. Short of licking a telephone pole, I think you're safe, because basically just breathing in air or staring at a light bulb, for God's sake, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, oh no, you're good. But yeah, that some people go way too way too far.
Right, and
Way too far
and there
with
are others that like they know that they're not going to get it, but they have to deal with an elderly, a parent, or they're a caregiver, and I feel bad for them because they're kind of stuck in between a rock place,
Oh,
But
totally.
hey, look, if you're a caregiver and you're following all these guidelines, wearing a mask, putting sanitizer on, taking a bath, or taking a shower like 2 times a day or something, just know that all of these are suggested. They don't know. So you could still get the virus. You could be a health nut. That's what I was thinking.
Health nut, yeah. Gotcha.
You could be a health nut and you can still get cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So live your life. Quit being scared. Quit worrying about it. And if it happens, it happens. And by all means, please remember, whatever you do, your child's gonna do.
100%.
If you bully another person, your child's gonna learn. Oh, well, my mom and dad bully. They talk bad to this other parent. Well, we can do that. They learn,
They sure do.
You teach them a cuss word, guess what? They're going to know that cuss word for the next 3-4 weeks. They're going to
promise father.
Yeah, they're going to probably recite it, So,
It was a Christmas story reference.
That's our deal with the ugly truth. And if you don't like what we said, you can file complaints at 1-800-EAT-CRAP or email us at manager@mbradio.us. That, once again, is manager@mbradio.us. But with everything else, it is that time. It is time for us to move to the tribute to the troops. So stand by, everybody. Tribute to the troops.
All day long.
Tribute to Troops. Sponsored by High Style and XP. Custom quality furnishings and gifts with attitude.
This is an MBR moment of heroism.
Sir, I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Robert C. Hillman Sr., age 85, of Westfield, passed away on Sunday, June the 21st, at Riverview Hospital in Noblesville, Indiana, after a long battle with Alzheimer's. Robert was born December the 19th, 1934, in Logansport, Indiana. He was the son of William and Lily Nethercutt Hillman. He proudly served his country in the Marine Corps from 1954 until 1956. He retired from General Motors in Kokomo after 35 years of service. He is preceded in death by his parents and 3 sisters, Helen, Betty, and Marie. He is survived by his wife, Linda, of Westfield, daughters Diana Hillman of Florida, and Patty and Vic Adams of Noblesville, and a son, Rob and Michelle Hillman of Westfield. Also, 6 grandchildren, Allison, Connor, Lucas, Miles, Bryce, and Benjamin. The funeral service for Robert will be on Friday, June the 26th at 2 p.m. at Randall and Robert's Funeral Home at 1685 Westfield Road in Noblesville, Indiana. In lieu of flowers, memorial contributions can be made to the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Indiana at 50E 91 1st Street, number 100, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46240. On behalf of MBR and everyone here at the HTrain Show, our hearts and prayers go out to the family. And as always, we thank you for your service and sacrifice.
All right, thank you so much for Chris East and Amanda Opdyke getting us that information. We are almost over and out of here. We have one more music break, and then we'll be hitting the 2-minute warning. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show. Enjoy the music break, everybody.
Military Broadcast Radio Network. My name is Dominic Lawson, and I am the host of The Startup Life, the show for entrepreneurs and career-minded professionals. And we are so glad and so eager to bring The Startup Life to the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Now, you may be wondering, who the hell am I? What the hell is The Startup Life? I'm glad you asked. So, first me. I'm an Army vet for 5 years, and while I was in the service, I had all these ideas for starting a company and stuff like that, but I wasn't sure what to do about that. So when I got out of the service, I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not ready just yet. But so I went back to work. The thing is about when you have that entrepreneurial mindset, those ideas just never go away. So I talked to my wife, and coming to find out, she had the same idea about starting a company. So we talked about it, and we started a company. We started Owls LLC, an education consulting firm where we write curriculum and do professional development with teachers, school districts, nonprofits, and things of that nature. And then from there, I started noticing all of these different business philosophies, the way a school has its business model, another business have their business model, and I started writing this blog. And the thing is about that blog is that, it was taking a lot of time. So my wife, being the smarter half of us, said, you know what, you should start a podcast. So in November 1st of 2016, that's exactly what we did. We started The Startup Life. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And now we've grown the show to over 160 episodes. Now, what you get from The Startup Life is we bring in the best business minds from around the world. We're talking Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix. We're talking about Tom Golisano, the founder and chairman of Paychex. We're even talking about the chairman of JetBlue Airways and Stanford business professor, Joel Peterson. And so we bring all of these great business minds and we bring them to you, MBR. So that way you can scale your entrepreneurial mindset. You can scale your leadership acumen, whether you're still in the service or you're about to become a veteran and start that path of civilian life. So if you're ready to upgrade your entrepreneurial mindset and you're ready to just totally just level up, join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
When I found out about the Paralympics being postponed until 2021, I felt devastated right away, but CAF has really helped.
I was so excited to hear from the Challenge Athletes Foundation that I received a grant for some training, which is going to be so helpful once I'm able to get active and back at the barn.
This grant was truly a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time.
I'm smiling because I received my first CAF grant to travel all over the world.
I would just like to take a moment and thank the Challenge Athletes Foundation and their donors for me to get a new basketball wheelchair.
They're giving everybody that I care about and I know hope.
I'm so excited to get running legs.
Thank you, CAF, for supporting me in my dreams.
I cannot wait until we beat this pandemic together.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tim Wakeside. I'm the president of Tee It Up for the Troops. And like you, I've been kind of cooped up at home, and this coronavirus has us all dealing with these stay-at-home orders. And we decided, let's get outside, let's have a little fun, and let's see if we can also support America's veterans and military families. So our team at Tee It Up for the Troops put their heads together, and we're really excited to launch our new Step It Up for the Heroes Challenge. So the Step It Up for the Heroes Challenge is a very simple exercise where you can do it just about anywhere, and our heroes, our American military veterans, they stepped up for us, and so it's time for us to step up for them. As I said, this is a challenge you can do with anyone. You can do it anywhere. You can do it any day. We've actually come up with 6 different activities. Some are golf related, some are kind of social related, like a virtual happy hour or something like that. And you can even pick your own choice of an activity if that meets your needs better. So have some fun with it. It's easy to do. All you have to do is go to our Tee It Up for the Troops website, which is teeitupforthetroops.org. You'll register on our website. When you register, we'd ask you to consider making a donation. All of the donations that you make will go direct towards supporting our veterans and our military families. And once you register and sign in, you complete your challenge. And we ask that when you do your challenge, have fun with it, capture some photos, capture some videos, and then take it viral. Go and post this on your social media sites. Tag Tee It Up for the Troops. You know, add us into your post, and then you go out and we ask you to challenge others to also do this. So the Step It Up for Heroes challenge.
Hey, this is Reverend Gary Belk here with Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. Are you into religion? Not me. Hopefully you're not either. I'm into truth. So what is truth? Well, it's not relative, it's absolute. Truth is information that it's the same for everybody, no matter where you live, no matter when you live. We're into truth. And if you want to join us, it's at like 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that would probably be like 5 a.m. here in the Mountain West. And so we would enjoy for you to join us and learn truth. So here's what, let me just share with you just a second. 7 worldviews. What worldview do you have? I'm a theist. God created. And all of the worldviews other than theism are self-defeating. So let's learn together as to why they're self-defeating and why theism is truth. Not into church doctrine, except if church doctrine is biblical. Join us this coming Sunday. MBR. All right, get that down. Write that down. Carve it into your skin if you need to. No, I'm just kidding. MBR Radio. God bless you. I look forward to talking with you in the future.
Ahead tonight, a Parker coffee shop owner is giving back to some of his most loyal customers.
He's planning a big fundraiser next month to raise thousands of dollars for a veterans charity that's turning lives around, and he needs your help. His story in tonight's Serving Those Who Serve report. At this tiny coffee cabin just off Parker Road, it's clear the one thing owner Wes Crespi likes even more than a steaming cup of joe is the police officers and veterans who come here to spend their hard-earned money.
I support the police officers that come in because they mean so much to me, and I support our military who come in, and that's really what it's all about.
Which is why a few years ago he decided to give back, picking a veterans charity and raising money for them every year.
At least I'm able to do it. I'm able to do it because our men and women are out there fighting for us. Otherwise, you know, where would we be right now?
This year, his own father-in-law inspired his charity choice.
He's just a fantastic person. He's always doing things for people, and he told me he was going to do this, and I'm just absolutely thrilled.
Fly fishing, of all things, helped his father-in-law Jim, a Vietnam veteran who suffered in silence for half a century since serving in Vietnam.
I have an extreme case of PTSD.
Jim's a part of something called Project Healing Waters.
When you're fly fishing, you can't think about anything but fly fishing.
It's a nonprofit that takes veterans to the great outdoors where nature works its healing wonders on men and women with PTSD, brain injuries, and other war wounds.
I was outside when a mortar landed and ended my career.
Brady Busby is proof it works.
I was deployed 7 times. I was diagnosed with PTSD after my 3rd tour in Iraq.
War nearly ended his life. Fishing, he says, saved it.
It's a form of mindfulness for me, just being out in the creek where you don't have to worry about anything other than a fish biting your fly or trying to trick a fish with a pea-sized brain, and you're there for hours doing it, but it's definitely worth it. It's very, very therapeutic.
When his own daughter died by suicide a year ago, it was fishing that helped him get through the pain.
That really helped calm me down and ground me.
I'm with like-minded people, veterans that understand me and have been through what I've been through.
Ask any veteran who's been on one of these fishing trips and they'll tell you.
If it wasn't for Project Healing Waters, I would be sitting in my depression instead of standing in the middle of a river.
You having your iced coffee?
So if it helps veterans, Wes is all in.
My father-in-law suffered really bad, and he's such a great guy, you know, and he's very humble. And it was really important to me to do something, and this is what I picked because I saw what he suffered through.
Every day he serves coffee to those who served. Now he's preparing to serve them much more.
Thanks, and God bless you, brother. I always appreciate you, man.
And that is where you come in. So Wes is selling tickets to the Coffee Cabin Salute to Heroes fundraiser for Project Healing Waters. It's Saturday, August 10th, 5:30 at the barn at Rancho Vallacandios in Castle Rock. I'm going to be there. I'll be the MC. I can't wait for it. You can get the tickets at his coffee shop on Parker Road in Ponderosa. They're $100, but that includes dinner, open bar, music, valet, and some surprises. Every dime goes to the charity. You could even buy tickets so a veteran can go. He'd love that, too. He's got big auction items, too, because he wants to raise lots of money for the vets. We got details on the auction and more on the event right now at our website, kdvr.com. Support Wes. Stop by that coffee shop. He's a great guy.
It sounds like fun, and that organization sounds amazing.
For
so
sure.
Hopefully it's a big turnout there. Now to
U.S. Army. I'm the founder and executive director of 22 Warriors Foundation, and you're listening to the HTrain.
All right, and we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. And we had a pretty good show. A few hiccups, but not too bad. We talked to Goose. We, even the most successful person can always have their their bad days.
Always.
And she addressed everybody, no matter how bad things are going. Put a smile on your face. It could be worse. So she kind of taught us that. Yeah. And then we had the What The segment, showcasing, spotlighting our circus sideshow. Maybe I shouldn't say circus freak anymore. Maybe I should say circus.
Oddities.
Maybe I should do that from now on, and talked about that. And then we kind of compared with the ugly truth. We kind of compared the virus with cancer. And, we're just saying that because there's a lot of people that are just, they're me and my wife, we ordered Uber the other night, and this person had gloves, and
the gloves don't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. In fact, I tell you what, here's a nurse did a video that went viral, and it's truth, okay? If you have gloves on, and you put paint or like lotion on those gloves, you go the day, look at how many times you touch your face or touch things. It's contaminated. For the gloves to work, you have to wear rubber gloves, and you'll pretty much go through a whole box.
Probably
within an hour.
At least.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Like, just don't wear the gloves because you touch one thing, you don't change them, you're contaminating everything else. You're just like you said, and it's
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it is that time. It is the 2-minute warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Sponsored by Common Ground Golf Course in Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
I know the words to that.
You sure do.
That tells you I've been doing this way too long. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at that 2-minute spot. Moon, what did you learn today?
Well, I learned that the hiccups can always be overcome. With the whole Zoom thing, you plug in a phone, we can always get it working.
Yes, my phone didn't have an earphone jack. Thanks, Apple.
Pixel.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's what I learned today, and I learned just kind of how to just breathe when things kind of go sour a little bit.
Well, that's all you really can do.
Right.
Because we're professionals here, folks. We're professionals.
We try anyway.
I haven't been very good at touching the buttons. I need to teach you how to touch buttons because I bet you would be like really.
Oh, I do. And I'm downstairs on the press box downstairs. I get the whole thing going. It's funny.
Well, everybody, that is the end of today's show. Yes, indeed. In fact, it's that time. That's the show for today, everyone. Oh, and I forgot to say that what I learned today is go with a smile.
Right?
That's the show today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of the radio show is on right after the show ends tonight. And remember, we're here for you, not for us, giving our veterans a voice. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
See you later.